again for inviting me back. I'm usually on this time of the day. They save the clowns for the end, I guess, to follow up the elephants and like the circus parade. So, but I was told that I have to be home by 4:30. For what, I don't know. I'm just a mushroom. I kept it dark. So, but I was told I had to be home by 4:30. And I was also told several things in the last couple of weeks. One was, we're moving, I'm giving you 11 years notice, we're moving to a warmer climate, so when she can retire. But today I was also told that, I was like, why do I have to be home at 4:30? I said, don't worry about it, just be home by 4:30. And let's think about changing your birthday for, get it off Valentine's weekend and make life a lot easier for me. And I was like, okay, fine. With that. So, anyways, it's good to be back, East Coaster. We had a lot of things going on. What do we got up there first? Yeah, we're just going to go through what we're doing now, what we got out the door, and I guess I'm supposed to move this thing, right? Do I point it anywhere? But if I point it to Cliff, does that shirt change colors? I found an awesome t-shirt for you, and I just didn't have the nerve to send it. I saw it on Facebook. It's just something that said, I'm not a minister, I'm a hellfire demon, something or other. It fits you perfectly. The demon stopping engine shirt, yeah, that's what it was. So,
come to church, you'll see what I do.
I come to church and see the walls come tumbling down. Last September, as you may know, I now have a son-in-law. Where are you? Stand up. There he is. Wait, there's Mike, my son-in-law. As everybody says, do you like him? He's still breathing, isn't he? Good guy. He's taking care of my baby. So, and Cliff did the ceremony, and it was very nice. So I shouldn't really pick on Cliff that much. But he did, like open buffet. He was there. So, all right. Last 3 years, we were working on Nagashima Spa Land. Mr. Otani said, we want new trains. And I was like, well, they're only 10 years old. I don't care, I want new trains. Every 10 years he likes new trains. The customer is always right. So, very nice gentleman. That was the third train that went out. December 22nd, packed it up in the shipping crate and waved goodbye to it. And I'm sure I'll be hearing from him how it's running. Then we had a little surprise. Mr. Cornier from Funtown Splash up there in Maine called me up and said, when can I get my coaster? Because we just don't have time to do the work, and I want to send it back to you, get a winter overhaul. I said, well, you get it in first, and, as soon as you get it in. The next week it showed up, and it was like 2 days after Labor Day, so we got it in, we got it done, and I saw him at IAPA in November. It came in, like I said, in September, saw him at IAPA, and I said, we're ready to ship it back to you. We don't really have room for it. Could you store it for us? So it sits right outside the office, all set and ready to go. So it was very nice of them to send it back. And the Blue Streak is back in. We're doing the winter overhaul for that. Cedar Fair has been very nice to send them back to us. If you want me to back that up, you can. You get it? You okay? Want me to back it up? Okay. And of course, Mean Streak's in. And then we got the Voyage. They're again. It's been 2 years since they've been in, and we're happy to do their winter overhaul. You're welcome. A wild one. We got Roar from Six Flags. You done? Okay. Six Flags America, Largo, Maryland. a Hellcat from Clementon Park, New Jersey. Boardwalk Bullet, rotating one of their 3 trains with us. All year long, they send one train in, we do whatever, we'll all send it back, they send the next one right behind it, so they like to keep things moving. And this year, for Dorney Park. Is Kathleen here from Dorney Park yet? Anybody here from Dorney Park yet? Good, because it's my shop. Oh, put your hand down, please. This is styled as what the new cars are going to look like. It's going to have a couple new things with it. And one thing is it's going to have an open end, front end. Color scheme is getting changed. Here they are. They're in the process of getting built. This is. Imagine the car is upside down. They don't have all the PC parts attached to the top side yet, but there's all the parts on the rack ready to go. And some more. Janine and I went to Gothenburg, Sweden to an EAS show for IAPA, and where's Rick Noble? He's like, hey, Rick. We had some fun. Janine asked me, she said, want me to put that video of the UPOP band in there? And I said, no, that just take too long. They can go online and see that on the Facebook page. But Rick and his wife Dawn and Janine and I, and it was a Chuck Bingham and Bert, and I'll think of her name in a second, his wife. We got real familiar with the UPOP band. I never realized the UPOP band could play AC/DC the way it was. I don't like AC/DC, but I like that the way they did. It was fun. So, and Rick there, you don't know it, but if you're looking at him, he is a party person, just nonstop. We couldn't, and we kicking and screaming all the way, trying to get him back there. Anyways, that was our booth setup. A lovely Gene. This was last year at IAPA. We introduced a couple new products, and this was a staff that were out there. Set up for our booth. And then we had a little press conference where we've introduced our ADA device. This assists people to get into roller coaster cars from a wheelchair. And we were asked by Holiday World at Santa Claus, Indiana, to develop this. They wanted to be ahead. So we came up with it in a couple months and prototyped it, and they liked it, and we refined it and came up with this nice little unit. It's very easy to use. I'm not trying to sell you one here, unless you're from Hersheypark or Dorney Park. Subliminal messages. So anyway, we had a nice little press conference about it. And I figured a press conference, so you know, yeah, 3 or 4, maybe half a dozen people there to take stories, and we had the aisles blocked. There was over 70 people showed up, and had very good response to it. I had 2 people come up to me that were in wheelchairs, and just the one was just crying. She said, I can ride again. If my home park gets one of these, I can ride again. So we were very happy, very pleased about that. This is just a little demonstration we were doing during the press conference, and again, as you can see, I'm in a typical pose, holding the microphone as I am doing right now. This was also our introduction, our PTC 360. The front end of it, we went a little overboard. I was out for a week or so, and I came back and I went, what the? And remember, all right, it looks pretty. Okay, keep going. So, my painter, who's also a graphic artist, he's very, very talented. He came up with, you know, we did some. It wasn't brainstorming, like drizzle on my part, but anyway, he did all the cutting out of everything in the sheet metal and did all the welding of it, and we put it together. And technically, it's never going to be that big of a crumb. It would scrape and cram everything as it went around the track. So, but this is our 360 train, and we introduced it as a single seaters before. And as I said last year, Dick Canovo and his crew, and Brian and Rick, they were so gracious to let us borrow their roller coaster in between the weekends, and so we were able to run it. We found problems with it. We brought it back 3 weeks later, and it ran a lot better. And then we had the opportunity. Very nice gentleman. If you haven't, has anybody ever been to Mount Olympus, which used to be Big Chief Carton Coaster out in Belleville, Wisconsin? Nick is a very nice guy, and he's a good friend. And I think us getting into a fight with customers 20 years ago in the parking lot had a lot to do with, he kind of likes me after that. His dad, especially after that. It was that's a whole different story. And anyways, he was very nice and very gracious. I asked him to borrow one of his coasters, so we took it out and we ran it around on Hades, and it works great. So we're very happy with it. It can do anything that anybody else's can. So we introduced it. And it's a little bit different shots. It's difficult to see, but if you came to the shop, because we have, you can give me a call, take a tour. Just let me know when you're coming. And you're right, the gift shop's not quite done yet because we had so much snow in the way with all the construction material that we just had to pile it up someplace. So, but yeah, we have free parking, and just more welcome. Men's rooms, ladies' room are now inside. So. And of course, ACE is doing well. I was over the other day to see him, and right there, he's very pretty, very nice, because he's clean right now. But right now, you couldn't tell where the mud ended and he began. He just loves to roll in mud. So, and Penny said, "You're going to clean him off?" I said, "Why? He's just going to do it again. We're not going to. I'm not going to go show him someplace." So anyway, ACE is doing well. This was a couple weeks ago. I was at No Coaster. I left on Thursday, flew to Chicago. Beautiful weather, it's like it is today. Nice day, sunny, you know. And then, as most of you know, the snowstorm came along, and I'm sitting in Chicago talking on the phone with two of my employees who took care of getting the shop somewhat open. So I'm sure you guys have all your horror stories too, but I can't explain the first time I was ever away that we had a blizzard like this, and I'm sitting in Chicago watching it on the news, and with Pete Owens and the Mad Scientist, where are David? There he is, and David and a couple other people. We come back to the hotel, and they're like, "Hey, we're just gonna get one more for the night," and it's like 11 o'clock, and we're sitting there talking, and it's such good conversation that we talk not just about park stuff, but solve all the world's problems, and then we come back the next morning and everybody screws it up again. But anyway, we're sitting there talking, and all of a sudden I realize it's 1 in the morning, so I text my guy, and then he called me, and this is technical for me, because this all doohickey. But the next thing, my phone's ringing, there's his face on it, all frozen over, he's talking to me, and he's showing me around at 2 o'clock in the morning what's going on right here. So it was a little unnerving for me, and I just not like being away when something like this was going on. I worried. Well, that was about 5 foot deep on the entrance of the company. They did a great job getting it open. And as Stacy was the only one that picked it out on the Facebook page. And if you look, there's Wigglebutt, our little black lab. She came to work with me that day and jumps in. And she tried to jump in that snow pile. I complained because I got to trudge my knees to it. She's got all her little PC parts got to drag to it and hop to it. So my feet were cold. I can imagine what was cold on hers. So. It wasn't a wiener dog. Okay, I'm going to take some time, and maybe it's me and David, Pete, just bear with me about this, because they saw it before, and those who've seen it. But this is just stuff I see. And I'm sorry to intrude on you guys, but Is it me? Does not anybody else in the world read things? Tree trimmer? Yes. This is New Jersey.
New York and
Easy Pass? I don't think so. Little things you see every now and then. If you didn't realize that this is the back door of a tractor trailer, somebody got. You imagine driving along on an ACE road trip, park to park, come up behind that, get up real close, and then go. All your friends wake up at the same time. And
smart.
I talked to the squirrel last night. He's doing fine. Sends his regards. Now, this is probably my favorite. I'm sorry, but I just got to share this with you. I was at the PPL Center in Allentown for a Lipizan Stallion show where my wife and I went, and I saw this, and I stood there, and again, I'm sorry, Cliff, it's one of those, what the moments, and I said, this is just too good to be true. So now, has everybody read this? Has everybody read it clearly? Do you understand it? Okay, this is where I saw it. You could go to the PPL. I was there 2 weeks ago with a buddy of mine who has tickets to those ice hockey guys that play there, and they're still there, and everyone. So, and of course, the Dumas Award. You know, if you don't know anything about trailer hitches, trust me, I don't think the other one would work. This I saw when we were up around Erie. We were up we took the horses up there, we were riding up in Allegheny Mountain, and I saw this in the guy's front yard, and I can't figure out what he wants to do when he gets it. But he's ready for it, whatever it is. So. Seriously, is it me? And of course, the old favorite. No. Anyways.